Emeka, let me start with you. Thoughts on the game?
Look. Honestly,
Yeah.
should I be honest?
Yeah.
Arsenal isn't ready to compete with Man City this season. I really don't think so. They're not ready. I think they're a couple steps away. I think Liverpool is closer as it stands to City. There's what I see about this is muscle memory, and I think that Liverpool has muscle memory. It's very intact. Arsenal is prone to errors, needless errors. Arsenal is prone to mistakes like the one that an experienced player like Jorginho did today that was unnecessary and uncalled for. Like my mind, even hours after it's happened, can't still come to terms with how an player experience makes that kind of mistake. Like if it was an intern, like a new player, right, or an inexperienced player, you'd excuse it. But like he could do a bunch of things.
If it was Lukonga, you could excuse
Yes. He could do a bunch of things. For him to lose ball in that situation, literally after
him being the last man.
Yes, literally after scoring a goal, I couldn't understand it, right? So I think that's not a couple steps away because I haven't really seen any big game in the league where we've won convincingly. Like this game, Arsenal just threw away, right? Like this is one of the games that a Liverpool or City scores your second goal, done. Like this done, easy, right?
But do you think it was points dropped for Arsenal or points gained for Tottenham?
I face a point gain for Tottenham. I actually predicted it.
Yeah,
it's
true.
a 2-2 draw, so not point draw for Arsenal. It's a point gain for
So
Tottenham.
what was your overall thoughts? What are your overall thoughts about the game? In total.
In total, my overall thought about the game was like I'll say kudos to Tottenham. Yeah, my overall thoughts, kudos to Tottenham.
Do you think they played really well?
Yeah, they played well. Their breakout game was actually top notch. They played well. So kudos to Tottenham anyways.
Okay. The decision to leave Ramsdale, right, on the bench is still something that a lot of Arsenal fans are struggling with, right? Do you think, especially for the second goal, and even the first goal, we can still attribute a little bit of that to Raya. Do you think Raya was, at the middle of, or the cause of that?
I will say that so far so good. It's been an obvious decision to replace him, considering not replace him, but to start Raya in this game, considering the game he had the last two games. I think this particular game, he kind of regressed his case. I don't think he made more of a case to start against Ramsdale. I'm very comfortable with starting Ramsdale the next game. I was okay with starting Ramsdale this game, but I don't think he held himself to account. Because I remember the same fixture last season. I would argue that maybe not but the away leg, Ramsdale kept us in that game.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the best games he'd had. And I think he made some ridiculous amount of saves, right? So I would want to see Ramsdale the next game. There's no reason why that first goal, Arsenal should consider that goal if the keeper actually did his job and maybe tipped it over or tipped it far away from himself. But he kept that ball into play and it turned to a goal. So again, he's a top keeper. And again, he delays the ball and he doesn't exactly give it to anybody. He just gives it to the opposition, which is just weird because what we've been told is his strength is his
distribution.
Yeah, his distribution. So he waits so much for the players to come at him and then he gives it away to the opposition player. And in my head, I have a massive question mark. Okay, what exactly is the strength that you say you have? So I don't think so far he's done anything. All things considered, with this game he's had, which is his first big test, I think Ramsdale is Arsenal's number one goalkeeper. All things considered.
So Vieira and Declan Rice, came out, at the beginning of the second half, right? Was that the turning point for the game?
Yes.
Because it just felt like things went, in a different direction.
Yeah, they lost complete control of the game. Jorginho reminds us why he truly is not an Arsenal player, honestly, because we did not control the game in the second half. And in the first half, we were comfortably better. We should have scored more to seal the game.
Yeah.
But in the second half, we didn't do nothing in the game, frankly. And it's because the midfield anchor was done. So it will be interesting to know what is up with Rice because it will derail our season if, for some reason, we bring Rice as a backup to Partey and then he too is injured in an important run of games. it blows my mind how that is even a thing, right? But that's where we are. So let's see what happens next week.
Okay, so 0 losses this season for Spurs, right? Postecoglou is looking like the man, because at the end of the day, he was able to bring out, take a point off Arsenal, at the Emirates, which is something they've not done in like one or two games, right? Or 1 or 2 games at the Emirates. Do you think is the man to take them to the next level? Win a trophy. Do you think they are there yet to compete with the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal?
Well, I can't say that for now because it's still too early in the season. So, with the likes of Mourinho, Conte that have come through, I can't. What's his name? Postecoglou, or what's his name? I can't really say is actually the man, but the momentum they are carrying on at the moment, I'd say they're in the right direction. But to say is the man for them, I don't know. I really don't know yet.
What do you think would be like the ceiling for Tottenham this season?
If I would predict, maybe they might get to, because they're actually not playing any continental games, just domestic games. So I can just say if maybe they can get to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup or maybe the FA Cup semi-final, maybe at least they'll feel like, wow, we have fulfilled.
Achieved something.
Yeah, something like that. And ending up in the European ranks. Like
and in the Premier League, do you think they'll make top 6?
Yeah, they will.
I think they have a good chance to make top 4. I mean, so far, if they continue like they have a good chance. They're decent and they play well. Let's not.
Top 6.
Who was your standout man of the match for Tottenham?
For Tottenham? He's underrated, but I'll say Bissouma.
He had a good game.
He had a good game.
Yeah,
he really controlled the midfield.
I wouldn't say he controlled the midfield. Please, let's not get carried away. Like, there's nothing he did outside of this. That slight stint he had in the second half that stood him out. Arsenal was completely bossing them like the whole game. So let's not make a case that Bissouma.
He asked.
I don't think there's any case that.
He asked when Vieira and Rice was. So that moment they were absent in the field. That's when Bissouma.
But that's because Arsenal had chaff in the field, right? Like at the end of the day, I still don't think he's even like. So this is a testament to. I would say the man of the match for Tottenham would be Son because he scored twice. But it's a testament to how the game went. That in my head, I can't think that Tottenham played so much as that Arsenal gave away situations, right? So it wasn't necessarily the case that there was such a standout player for Tottenham, but it was like. Okay, like the goals that Son scored, the first one was brilliant because that's a tough goal. But the second one, a player of that caliber, you'd expect to score that ball. Yeah. And it wasn't for anything that they did getting to that point. It was just the fact that Jorginho did what Jorginho did. So that's the thing. But even I would say that even in the Arsenal point, I would say Saliba probably has a shout for the man of the match, despite conceding 2 goals because the defense was tight, right? The defense was good, but. Silly mistakes.
Describe the Arsenal's performance in one word.
I think in one word. That is a good one. Embarrassing. I think that's the way. I think that's the way because you can't make all this shout that you're trying to get to Man City. And the goal Arsenal considered, the only other time I've seen that thing happen in Arsenal, right, was in 2009, I think. Arsenal-Liverpool was a Champions League game. And before, I think it was World Cup, so we scored. And before the celebration was literally, you know how the celebration and they put out the
next
graphics.
Was a goal.
I just saw Torres score. And I was stunned. I was like, wow. I was very stunned. Right? So that is the same thing that happened. But the difference is that you would argue that now we have a better team than that team. And we've well come out of our banter era. There is no reason why Jorginho should. I don't know what Arteta has to say to him, but like top sides don't do this. It's as simple as that. Like Liverpool won't do this when Liverpool was in the height of their power. City won't do this. Top sides just don't make this mistake. So you can't say that you're trying to catch City and you're making mistakes that you expect from Burnley.
I get that. Okay. Thank you very much.